Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Well, there is a small error with the camera setting, so the video is not coming, but I'm sure you're able to hear me. So let me go ahead. Of course, today we are a little early because I am in. I have few other plans for the day. So coming to the market yesterday, of course, we could see being the expiry, the market was of course volatile, but then along with volatility, the market went crashing downwards. In fact, the interesting thing was day before yesterday, the FIS bought for 3,000 crores, whereas the DIS sold for 900 crores. And yesterday, the FIS sold for 500 crores, and that has actually taken a totally different direction, and the entire market has gone for a fall. And the interesting part was when the FIS sold for 560 crores, the DIS bought for just 42 crores, and then of course we now know the reason why the market crashed yesterday. So well, we could see the Nifty actually again back down now at 17,589. That is below 17,600 again. So 17,800 has acted as a very important resistance now, and the market is back to where it was just a few days back. Coming to market, there was no other news yesterday. It was basically the weakness due to the expiry, I would say. But then something that came up surprisingly at the US market is something that you should all know. So yesterday, after the Indian markets closed, the US markets opened flat and then went on a big crash. What exactly happened? So there's a bank called as Silicon Valley Bank, the SVB, in the US, which is a major bank that funds majorly to startups and in the IT sector. So, all these banks always do invest the fund in government securities. So, of late, if you see, as the interest rates are high on the rise in the US, so the latest bonds are actually selling at a higher interest rate than those bonds which these banks were holding at an older price. So, naturally, what happens is the demand for the old bonds at a lower interest actually goes down, and naturally the banks tend to make a loss there. So they actually offloaded a huge amount of government bonds yesterday, and when that happened they actually made a loss because they had to sell it at a discount. Now this actually created a small gap in their funds, and to cover that up they are planning to sell a huge chunk of their equity holding also. So this actually led to a fear in the market in the US, and it has actually made not only, in fact, the interesting part is this single bank has fallen down by 60% yesterday. Just imagine, for example, if you look at India, imagine a bank like Kotak or SDFC falling down by 60% in a day. So that's the kind of fall that has happened, and that led to weakness in all of the banks as well. And overall, the US markets have closed in a huge negative yesterday. Naturally, when the US markets have closed in such a huge negative, definitely you can understand, the weakness that is sent to the global markets as well. So all the Asian markets are trading in the red. Indian stock market is expected to open with a big gap down of probably almost more than 100 points. So that's something that could be expected today because of this, and naturally that weakness could be seen in Indian market as well. So this is again a new news, and this can actually spread fear. So like I've always told you earlier, always the first day of the news is where you see the major reaction. So there can be a huge chances of the market getting really bearish today. So that's something that we should look forward to on this Friday. In fact, if you look at this was a similar situation last Friday also. Last Friday the market went on a similar rampage. So that's something which is putting a lot of traders into trouble. But then thankfully, we've slightly modified our trading strategy, and we still have capital to deploy, which can be deployed at this point of time, which would help us to kind of go ahead with some decent profits. That reminded me, last week also we did have some losses in the starting of the week, but then somehow managed to close the week with a decent profit. Of course, of late things have become a little difficult in trading, but then it's the consistency that kind of keeps us going. And that's exactly what market is all about. That's why I say, like always, we can never predict the market, but just anticipate. So now coming to the market today. So again, that weakness is something that we'll see. But after such a big gap down, the market is definitely going to be very volatile for the entire day. It would be interesting to see how the Indian market would close today. So I would be taking new positions only by end of the day based on how the market moves. And similarly, if good stocks do fall more, it would be a good time to add them as well. Because our Nasdaq has fallen more than 2% yesterday, I'm expecting some good weakness in the IT sector today. So that's something that could be looked forward to. Apart from that, so today is a weekend, so naturally the sell-off could get aggravated as well. So let us see how the market actually goes. So based on that, we will plan our next trade and also our investment into good stocks, which I would of course share in the community. So like I told you, I am actually off for some personal work. So I should be back to the market by 3 p.m. to take the actions on whatever needs to be taken, and of course it will be shared in our community. And if you're not a part of the community yet, do join the community. It's completely free of cost. Go down to description and join the WhatsApp group, or if you want to join our interactive community, you can join that free as well. You just need to contact our team on the phone number given on the scroll here. So that's it for now. Have a happy weekend. Let us discuss more about this. If you have not understood what I spoke about the bond and Silicon Valley Bank, do comment below if you need more clarification. I can make a separate video on what exactly happened with a detailed view on what it all meant. So let me know in the comment section if you want that. So that's it for now. Have a great day. This is Shrikant and signing off until we catch up on Monday for the next podcast. Goodbye.